The Highland Hills tower, the skies of scrolls. But the shadows they cast draw the spirits near. After all,
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Another Wednesday, we are back, Haunted Scotland again. Me and Drew, my amazing co-host, sitting next to me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a very, very special guest tonight. He's come all the way from, I would say, was it like Middle Earth? Those strange creatures that roam in the night, in the darkness, you know. I've been practicing that all week. I've been practicing that. So as I go to right, you know. So I would like to introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to Tildar, Hobblesquatch. And his link is below. So I want you to go and give him a big subscribe, guys, because this guy is absolutely fantastic. Wait till you meet Tildar.
Where's me? I'm Tildar.
Hello, Tildar.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Chris and Drew.
Welcome, Tildar.
Welcome, Tildar. So this is absolutely amazing, and I would like to thank Tildar for coming on the show, and I would like to thank everybody in the chat for coming on. Tildar, can I ask you something? How did you get here? What strange land did you come from?
Me? Well,
Yeah.
Right now, just in the U.S., United States. That's what Drew said. Drew can't we just say that? But I do have cousins from Middle Earth. But I was just telling you that that token fella, nice guy, he's got some of it wrong. But believe what you want.
Yeah, it's one of the things when I first seen you.
I'm sorry.
I know. I was like, when I first seen you, I said, this guy must be like for the Middle Earth. They must be like Gandalf's like a trainee. This guy's got his own little pub called the Rusty Nail. It's fantastic. There's no many people on YouTube doing this stuff, and there needs to be more. And Tildar is doing an amazing job, guys. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, but if you click below this, you will find Tildar's link to his channel. Go and subscribe. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. Get him monetized so they can get some new stuff for the Rusty Nail. So, Tildar, what is that strange thing you're smoking there? That looks quite interesting, actually.
Right, they call this one a dwarf pipe.
No.
I do like dwarves. That's true. I have a question for you, Chris.
Far away.
Dwarves speak with a Scottish accent. It drives me up the wall.
Ken, that is weird you say that. That is weird you say that, because I've watched Lord of the Rings and there was the dwarfs and they have a Scottish accent. You know, one of them was Billy Connolly. Billy Connolly was one of the ones in what was the film? Was it Middle Earth? The one with the dwarfs, and it was the Under the Mountain for the gold. And Billy Connolly actually starred in that. And Billy Connolly's a big Scottish comedian in Scotland. Yeah. So there you go. Maybe that's why it is. I don't know.
It makes sense. I never heard that before. I go to these games. I sit around. Everyone is talking with a Scottish accent. Yours sounds fake, but the other ones are pretty good. Yeah. So I always have this question. I just games online. They always speak with a Scottish accent.
I knew. I see. Can I actually tell that? Are we the first Scottish people you've ever met?
No. I used to go on to play this game, and I was at odds with a Scottish moderator. I'm telling you right now, I did it on purpose. He sounded so crazy when he was mad. I was like, I need to make this guy mad because he sounds hilariously crazy. But other than that, yes, you'll be the second.
I've got a couple of pictures here that I couldn't help myself. I had to download them. Right, I couldn't help myself. What can you tell me about orcs?
What do you want to know? Yeah, there's an orc.
I couldn't help myself. I had to download that guy. He looks fierce and he was one big red eye, you know.
It's like a different color orcs from different color areas. You know how it is. But what do you want to know? I go on about them all day. They're kin of mine. I'm tall for a gob. And I'm gonna, if you saw the interview with Drew, then I'm gonna repeat some information because these are very similar questions. But it's all good stuff. Yes. It's all good stuff. It's nothing wrong with it. But I believe I've got some ogre blood in me. I'm 6'3", and most gobs don't even hit 5 feet. So and a lot of orcs, the big ones. Not that one. That one was a little smaller. They go up to 7 feet sometimes, but I fit right in. Sometimes they confuse me, if not for my face and my chin. Orcs tend to be a little bit more bulky. If you ask me, testosterone overload, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah. So, what would you class yourself as? What do you class yourself as then if you've got a little bit of that in you?
My mom says I'm all gob. I can't argue with it. Can't really trace your lineage. Biggest difference between orcs and gobs is gobs do village. Takes a village. That's a phrase that we really take to heart. Orcs actually do union and separate families. Gobs is just running around doing everything. We can really only trace the moms. Who knows who the father is? So I really can't argue the point.
I actually found a goblin, a picture of a goblin, and I couldn't resist but download it because I was like, oh my goodness, I have to show this to Tildar. And I don't know what he's doing. I think he's dancing actually. I'm sorry, by the way, I'm going to apologise now, but this is it.
Oh no. Is that not a bat?
What is that?
What's a bat?
That was off a website. That was a it was a copyright-free download that I got, and it was someone explaining goblins.
Sure. The word goblin, obviously English word, is a Germanic origin, I believe. But I've never seen nothing like that. Honestly, I
did it.
I could... Anyway, enough with your nonsense, Chris. I ain't finished yet. Anyway, you shave him. You shave that thing. It's going to be gone awfully ugly. Go in public with that thing.
Chris offended
oh god, that's brilliant.
Live and asked to hear his real voice. Is his real voice?
I know, but I can't help myself. So Drew, do you have any amazing questions for Tildar?
I'm just gobsmacked right now. Honestly, I don't know what to say.
I think it's brilliant. I think this is absolutely fantastic.
Yes,
I'm just a goblin. I'm not here to hurt nobody.
I just don't know how to address
you. A place like this, you're going to see all kinds of green skins and if you ever see oh my god, now I've got overload. I'm now looking. She got it on me now. I don't know what to say no more. That movie with Will Smith, that Bright, that show with Orlando Bloom, Carnival Row. These are pretty good depictions of what's really happening.
Yeah.
Like I said, that token fella, I'm pretty sure he was drinking all the time. But he's got good stuff. But you got to check those out. You get a right idea of what's really happening down here.
I will do.
I would just like to say that everybody in the chat, guys, could you please go and subscribe to Tildar, because it does look cooking with Tildar and absolutely amazing. I would like to put that out there, and let's try and get him to 1,000 subscribers. How many subscribers do you have now, Tildar, on YouTube? Out of curiosity.
Most of my subscribers don't click subscribe, so I can't really judge.
See, that's the
Chris.
yeah. See, I've got that problem. I've got that problem too. That is the problem. I just don't know what to say because I'm absolutely blown away. There is a question I've got to ask you. See the pipe you're smoking. What type of tobacco are you actually smoking in it?
It's a mix of they claim it to be a Highland mix with a bit of ginger oriental, and it's pretty good. It's very flavorful. Usually what's it?
Sorry. Because I downloaded this picture and I couldn't resist myself. It's obviously the man himself, Tildar. It's Gandalf, And we know Gildorf, we know wizards. Can you tell us a little bit about wizards in your world? What they are to you?
Honestly, even the smart ones I find to be quite ridiculous. They're all tricksters. Never mess with the black magic. Just terrible stuff. One time,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you about this. I like to sneak around. I don't like to. Well, I'm not as strong as an orc, you know. They like to just shoot you in the face. So when something needs doing, they're just gonna do it. I like to sneak around the corners and stuff. There's something you don't know. I'm gonna tell you right now. I was starting to sneak, and a wizard he done cast invisibility on me. I've never had that happen before. Let me tell you, my body done. You know that feeling you get when your legs asleep.
Yes.
Your whole body does that. I was sneaking around. All of a sudden, I hit the desk, and I felt very tired. I couldn't see nothing. I thought I was dead looking at my own body, but I couldn't see my body. I didn't know what was happening. I was so mad. If I ever get another wizard like that again without talking to me first, I don't even. It's violence. We can't talk about violence right now, I don't think. But anyway, that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh my God.
I don't think they're right. Honestly, government engineering or gnomish or dwarven engineering, that's what you do. This magic stuff, let it die. That's what I say. That's my experience with them. Nice guys. I'll tell you a story here, too. I was with a wizard once. This is another one, too. He didn't do that invisibility nonsense on me, I swear. You know what? Back to the point here. Anyway, I was with 4 people. One of them turned himself into all kinds of animals. One of them was me. One of them was this barbarian fellow. He and the other one was this wizard. And we were at a sinking ship. It was upside down. We couldn't get out. The shapeshifter just turned himself into a fish and go away. He owes me 12 gold. I'm just saying. But the other one, the barbarian, he just looks at us and gets down naked, takes a deep breath, and says, "Drowning is for the weak." And he just swims to the surface. I think that's physically impossible, but that's what he done. I know he lived because I saw him 2 weeks later. But we were with a wizard and we were dying. I was like, we're going to die out here. And he didn't know what to do. So just before the end, he looks right at me and he says, "Tildar, would it be easier to think this through if we teleported back to my house?" I was like, "God damn it. Yes, that would be a lot easier." And so, yeah, that's my only other experience with them voodoo guys.
You know something? I would love to be invisible. What about you, Drew? Would you like to be invisible? What would you do if you had invisibility? I think invisibility would be great. I mean, now and again, not all the time. Not all the time. No. But I think it'd be great. Think of the things you could do.
They don't tell you this in those games you play, but you have to know where your hand is. You can't see it. So when you're trying to do something like sneaking around, you're going to hit things. And I'll tell you right now, if you're hiding from somebody, they know where you are because you're making all kinds of ruckus. And trust me, it's not the same. Being invisible is not the same as being hidden. That's a real thing.
Do you know, that is a really good point, actually. That is a really good point, because if you're invisible, you can't see your hands. You can't see your legs.
That's true.
You would basically trip over yourself. I never thought of that.
Exit on you and you're not expecting it. Oh, that's not good.
You'd be like, right, I need to pick up my can of zesty beverage there, and you'd be like, try to fun it. That would be really annoying. But can I ask you something, Tildar? How long did it take you to build the rusty nail?
One more time, Chris. Please do.
Here's 4 questions.
No, but I just want to ask him about the rusty nail, because I do have a lot of questions in the chat about the rusty nail. I mean, right, let's ask you this one. We've got Gandalf, right? See how he was in the Shire, right? Gandalf. And he was smoking his pipe, and he would turn to his little hobbit friend and he would say he's smoking the weed. What did he actually mean by that?
It's just tobacco. That's all it is.
It's just tobacco.
You know, Your co-host smoking tobacco? I think so. That's what she claims anyway. What do you guys?
Oh,
What are you doing over in the UK right now? Is it? I don't know. It's legal here. I know what you're getting at, Chris. I do.
It's natural herb.
We've actually got your friend Living History's Mysteries in the chat there, Tildar,
wow.
and we might actually get him up shortly, because I think
I did,
a reunitement would be actually really interesting.
You know, I sent Druba one of these for letting me be on his show.
Yes.
You know, but he knows me a good smoke. And again, Chris, that's just tobacco, you crazy squats. Yeah. So you know, I would like to see Druba again.
So
Would you like to tell us
Ellingworth,
what
you're
it's like
in there.
Don't you go, Christopher?
That's when you go. No, I was just saying the link for Drew was in the chat. Could you please come in? There you go.
No problem. I was going to ask you what it's like in a day in the life of Gilda.
Oh,
I said, man, yeah, just go to work, come here to Rusty Nail, hang out, see the friends. I don't know if this stuff I tell you here is stuff that really happened to me. Some of it is just cutting out, you know, Game of Darts or whatever. I do work a little bit. Drew had the same question, but I'll stop mentioning him. He's a good guy. But right now I'm talking to Chris and another Drew. Anyway, I do work. Unfortunately, it's not the most preferred way to get money, but some of us have to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I know your next question, and I do IT work. I'm very specific. I do network engineering. Not that I don't like it. I really do like it, but I'd rather be doing other things like exploring your castle there and whatever.
Well, as I was just about to say, you're bound to get some really strange looks when you're getting into like a computer firm, into the IT room, and they've never seen a goblin before.
Well, that's a good point. Thankfully, I work mostly remote. But other than that, I tend to wear a paper bag over my head. Now, I wouldn't do that. It's all.
So, have you ever encountered, Tildar, in your life of roaming the countryside and strange things at the Rusty Nail? Have you ever encountered ghosts in your encounters?
Sure, I was possessed once. That really happened. Actually, I was possessed twice, but one time somebody claims I was hitting the bottle too much. I still think that was a real one, but the other time, you ever see that movie with the Emily Rose little girl? It's a lot like that. They take over your body, but in her particular situation, she was trying to get out. For me, it was a little different. I could think I was going to do something terrible, and then I would do something terrible, and then all of a sudden, I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. And so that's kind of like what possession's like. You kind of share the thoughts, and you share the body, and I'm just okay with it until I'm not. And then all of a sudden, it just goes away. I don't know. I didn't ask for it to go away. You know, to hell with it. I didn't ask for it to be there in the first place.
Yeah. We've actually managed to get him. He's just come back from a strange location. Mr. Ellingworth, how are you tonight?
I am absolutely fine. I see you've been raiding my guest list again, Chris.
Oh, I couldn't help myself. I had to get Tildar. He's one of the best YouTubers out there, in my opinion.
When I met Tildar just a couple months ago, he had like 8 subscribers.
Yeah.
I was watching one of his videos today, and he's almost at 200 subscribers. And it just blows me away. You know, I knew when I first met him and talked to him, and he said, I'm the only troll, the only goblin on all of YouTube. I knew he had a niche that no one else had.
Yeah.
How are
It
you
does.
doing, my green goblin?
You tried to talk like a goblin. That should probably be your last time there, Drew.
Okay.
I'm just trying to be your friend.
I can't
know.
do
I
the goblin
can't do
accent,
it.
you know.
Sorry.
Oh, I think
cut
he's
out.
froze. I think he's froze there. Drew,
No,
come
it's
back
fine.
from beyond.
Somebody screenshot that quick. Screenshot that and send it back to him. He's gonna like it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea. Actually, that's a good idea, Tildar. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, please send it out to me. And
I'll send it to
don't
you.
let this one go. Drew, you look amazing, my friend.
Well, we'll get a better man. Wait the
Uh-oh. Where did I say everybody?
So
Oh, there you are.
I'm tempted to vote. If you can hear this, refresh your computer. Oh my goodness, I hope he's okay. But ladies and gentlemen, Tildar's link is.
Hey, Drew, what was that joke you just said?
Well, I said every once in a while I attempt to talk like a goblin, and all I'm doing is insulting the entire culture. So I'm just going to stop.
I took no insult, Drew, but you're liable to, well, let's just say, I wouldn't do that around an orc. That's all. There's no harm in that.
No, I stay away from orcs. I've had my run-in with orcs.
Well, here's the thing, right? Are orcs as bad as they say they are?
No. I mean, almost no. Almost no.
Almost no.
Just give them what they want, they'll go away. Don't worry about it. They're not as violent as you think. Mostly not as violent as you think. I don't spend a lot of time with them, especially, I just don't want to get beat up, you know. Just, you're going to say the wrong thing, give it enough time, you know. But mostly you can shake their hand, just don't look them in the face or eyeball them. But just shake a hand. It could be a cold-blooded killer, but they're nice guys.
Of course, there's two different types of orcs. If you're from Middle Earth, that is, isn't there? You've got the ones that I've got the picture of, but then you've got the different ones, haven't you? The kind of bigger ones.
It's true. Well, like I said earlier, it's like you know, you have folks from Western Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere. There's everybody from everywhere. And you know, your other problem, Chris, is that you keep bringing up Token. And like I said, I'm pretty sure he wasn't upstairs when he wrote him books. You know, so he's somewhat correct. But mostly, I think he was just having a bit of fun. He's just, this will make good history. This will make good writing. And now everybody's got these bad raps and ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually got a question for you, Tildar. It's in the chat from my. Come on, there. Do you go out in public like that on a daily basis, or just in special occasions?
I don't know what you mean. This is my favorite red shirt. I take quite offense to that.
Yeah.
Oh God, I just can't keep a straight face tonight. This is the funniest show I think I've ever did in my entire life.
Next time I see you, I'll wear the gray shirt. But honestly, I am wearing this in public as often as I damn well please. But thank you for the question.
Yeah. Can I ask you what type of thing?
It's difficult for me to tell Drew to stop talking because we don't know who I'm talking to. One Drew.
We'll go with the pretty one. We'll go with. On you go, Drew. My co-host first. My co-host goes first. On you go.
Can I ask you what type of things you like to eat?
Steve, I'm not the only one with this problem, Drew. What do I like to eat?
Yes.
Haven't you seen Cooking with Tilda? A good chuck roast is on the menu at any given time. Druba, you're Druba, and you're Drew. Moving forward, because that's just exactly how it is. Yes, but you know, did you guys see my bit on Genghis Khan?
Not yet. I've watched nearly all of your videos, but I've not seen that one.
Okay, let's talk about this. First off, Genghis Khan was a half orc. That's the real thing. And my kin did travel with him. So orcs and goblins and all of us, we got a bad rap just eating raw meat and la 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 la. That's not true.
Right.
Hamburgers. This is all going to lead up to the hamburger, and this is real. You can look this one up. The Mongolians, they had this meat that they would oversalt and overcure just so it would make the campaign, the long trips here and there. And so that's what we ate. That's what my kin ate while on the march. And they made all the way up to Russia, where the Russians turned that into a, which by the way, I think that's the origin of the goblin, is actually from Russia and the orc. That's what I think, somewhere near Siberia. But anyway, when the meat made it all the way up there, they turned it into what they call a delicacy, which is nonsense. They call it tartar. Realistically, it's just meant to make the trip. And somehow that made its way over to Germany, and then it became the hamburger. So you could thank the orcs and the goblins for that, but that is where that myth comes from. We eat raw meat, that's all we care about. That's not true. It's a balderdash.
Brilliant.
We've actually got a question in the chat for you here. Let me see. Oh dear God! There's a question here. What factor sun cream do you use?
Anyway, it is. Honestly, I don't like the sun at all. The reality is it's very difficult for me to see. It's true. We go out in full suits of armor. No, that's a joke. But I just avoid the sun altogether. But what was I going to say? I forgot. Oh yeah, goblins only skulk around at night. Let me tell you about that. We just see better at night, and so it's not like a skulking thing. We're not out to get you when you're asleep or whatever. Again, that's just what's happening?
I've seen that many programs, films mostly about like goblins, and everyone now in the village shuts their doors and locks the windows when the sun goes down. It must be quite a bad image that he's portrayed, but in actual fact, he's actually really nice.
Tell you, Chris. Yeah. I came here to tell you and everybody, not everything that you think is true. You got to pay attention and read between the lines. A lot of the wars that Tolkien wrote about, they, and I told Druba this exact same thing. The victor writes the history, but really those are just religious wars, and honestly, always started by magic, which is why it's another reason you don't go near that stuff. But it's just religious wars, and just because some time back when somebody who looked like me lost. Now all of a sudden, we're the bad guy, we're evil, but I think that's kind of getting washed away. Like I said, most modern takes actually are pretty good. Check out Carnival Row or the movie Bright. Those are pretty decent.
That's actually quite interesting you say that.
I think Tolkien was a green skin racist.
It's possible, yeah.
If you had green skin, you were automatically a bad guy. I think that's what it all circles around. Because I'm here to tell you, after reading all of Tolkien's books and then sitting down and spending time with Tildar myself, I know for a fact they are not the evil, skulky boogeymen who will come in and rob you and pillage your village at night. Sometimes they're hungry and they're just like everybody else. They need a handout, a little help, a pat on the back, good job, keep going.
Right. All the fighting and everything, they just trying to have a little fun. It's just fun, right? It's a bit of a rough and tumble and fisticuffs. It's just going to happen. You can't hold it against nobody.
How come it's okay for a bunch of humans to go into town and get drunk and tear the town up? But when a bunch of goblins, it's a damn war.
Well, just
See?
stop you right there, Truba. People love it when I'm walking around town drunk. I have most of my friends drunk with me.
I can just see it the now. Coming out the pub at night, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, walking out, you're kind of staggering about, and then you look to the left there, and they're standing as Tildar, lurking in the night.
Right there. That word lurking, that hurts my feelings, Chris.
No. I'm saying it in a good thing. I mean, people, you know, were bad in the days. I mean, it's
over that.
aye. It's I do see what you mean with token, right? I do see what you mean because I have listened to all the audiobooks on that, and there is something there. There is something there that's maybe into that. It's weird you said that, Drew. That was dwellings with that. That's weird you said that, by the way, because that's interesting. That it's maybe something.
I never did meet Token, but honestly, he's got some good stuff. That the show Rings of Power. I do like the Ado guy. He's quite an elf. I don't generally. Me and the elves, we don't see eye to eye all the time. We definitely have some frequent seers at the Rusty Nail. But just take a look at that Ado fella. He's quite a guy. I like him. I would travel with him. As he says, we've all got names. All you got to do is talk.
Yeah. Well, actually, we've got an advert that I need to play halfway through the show because we've got adverts now, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. So it's just a TV ad if you want to join the Bald and Bonkers TV network. So it's not long. So I'll just play it right now and then we'll get back to our interview.
Introducing the ultimate solution for content creators. Custom online TV channels from Bald and Bonkers Network. If you're tired of struggling to get your content seen by the right audience, our service is the perfect answer. With our custom online TV channels, you can showcase your content on your very own personalized channel. You'll have complete control over your channel's content, branding, and design, giving you the power to build a loyal following and grow your brand. Our service starts at just $14.99 a month, making it affordable for anyone who wants to create a TV channel for their content. Plus, with our easy-to-use platform, you won't need any technical skills to keep things running. All you need is content posted on YouTube, Vimeo, or Dailymotion to get started. So why wait? Sign up today and start building your custom online TV channel. With our service, you can reach a wider audience, build a loyal following, and take your content to the next level. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Try our custom online TV channels today.
So, there you go. You're back. Did we catch you there, Tildar? Were you going to refill your mug of beer? Go and refill. Yeah, when you go. Yeah, when you go.
I like you guys. Not a one of you I don't like.
I'll have my cherry. So that's the advert there, guys. If you fancy that through Bald and Bonkers, I'm sure the Bald and Bonkers network in the chat will post a link to that, but it'll also be below the video. Please click it. If I've got a YouTube channel and you're wanting advertisement and stuff like that, Bald and Bonkers is the place to go, because Drew, Ellingsworth, you're with Bald and Bonkers already.
Right.
Well, out of curiosity, Tildar, what type of beer are you drinking?
Right now?
Yes.
This is just a Dwarven Stout. It's been my favorite. Honestly, the Goblin made, the Elvish wine, the Gnomish ales, they're all pretty good. I don't care too much for the ales, but my God, they make a good wine. But today, it's my usual, the Dwarven Stout. I'm pretty sure I keep this place in business. And actually, that brings me to another point. A lot of people tell me what's it like out in the Rusty Nail. I don't own the place. I'm just a frequenter. The barmaid you see from time to time in some of the broadcasts, she does own the place. She's a nice lady. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I pay the rent. But hey, I don't own it.
You ever thought, Tildar, about making your own beer? Call it Tildar Goblin Beer. Do you know there's actually a beer in Scotland called Goblin Beer?
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I told you. Me and Drew, we're going to hop on a plane. We're going to go to the United Kingdom, and we're going to pay old Chris and Drew a visit. And we're going to have some coffee here. I do have some custom stuff. Give it to not me, but the rest of the other. Let me take a look. Is that right there? That's something we have here. But the Dwarven Stout is better, I do have to say, and the Goblin Mead is better. So definitely have had some in the past, but I have not had an actual beer. That sounds dramatic, but it sounds delicious.
It's actually weird you say this because it comes in cans, but it also comes in bottles. I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture of it, and it's called Goblin Beer, Goblin Ale, Goblin something else. There's all different brands and different tastes, and it's actually got a goblin in the front.
So now here's the problem with the accent, and I haven't had a problem till now. Are you saying like a picture or a picture? Because I could use a picture of Goblin Beer.
A picture. A picture is in a frame, it's in a picture frame.
Photograph.
Yes, a photograph. That's the Scottish, isn't it?
Yeah, but hey, I'll still
A glass full.
Aye, a glass full.
Now,
so, Tildar,
quite honestly, Chris, I think Tildar and I have the same taste when it comes to our alcoholic beverages. So if and when we ever make it to Scotland, I'm going to have to sit him down with a couple of bottles of Belhaven.
Yes.
And teach him the finer points of Scottish beer. Oh, my favorite, lad. My favorite of all the beers I've ever drank in my life, Belhaven.
Oh, tenants.
You get it here in the States, Truba?
So, Tildar, if you come to Scotland, are you going to wear a kilt?
Well, I certainly do have a kilt.
Yeah.
Do you?
My goodness.
Well, this is where things start to go south. I have a utility kilt, and I'm told time and time again that's not traditional, blah, blah, blah. You know what that says to me? It's like those people who always complain about a good movie because it's not like the book. I don't care or like the movie. I like my utility kilt, Chris.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're welcome in Scotland anytime, Tildar. I could see you now marching over the hills towards the castles. And
do you have any relatives here?
What was that, Drew?
Do you have any relatives in Scotland?
No, I have kin, but not relatives. No, I'm surprised there's not. You don't see any other greenskins there. Honestly, Germany has that Dragon Fest. I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah, I've heard about that. That's meant to be really interesting. That I actually do think there is Scottish tales of goblins. Do you know that?
Probably.
There is Scottish. Have you ever been to a castle, Tildar?
No, I did rob a keep once, but what I meant to say was I visited it to look at the tapestries, and but I've never been to a castle.
Yeah.
Well, my friends, I wanted to stop in real quick. I wanted to say hello to my god friend over here. I wanted to say hello to you, Chris and Drew. I've got my own live stream here in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
well, after the show,
we're an open mic tonight. That's what I say. We're doing open mic. So if anybody wants to come up and tell a story, tell a joke, whatever. We're doing.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Drew, for coming in. Honestly, thank you for coming in. And hopefully one day we can see you and Tildar marching across the hills of Scotland with your pipes and your kilts on.
I'm all for it. I'm all
I'm
for it.
definitely going to do some traveling next year. That's 100%. Probably, hopefully, a lot more than none. I haven't done much traveling this year, but everything's just starting to come together for the pandemic. So we're about a year past it, somewhere in there. It's looking pretty good. I'll definitely add the Scotland and the UK to my list.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Look forward to it.
So thank you very much for coming on, Drew. Honestly, and you're always welcome on this channel. Thank you. Catch you
My
later.
pleasure, my friend. We'll see y'all later.
See you in the live.
So Tildar.
Fella. He's always been there for me. I do
Yes.
like Drew, but I definitely going to have him on my show at some point. I definitely am going to have a window installed. It's going to be awesome. So everything's a little delayed, but it's still moving. Don't worry. And Chris, maybe, and you too, Drew. There's maybe a little place for you. Definitely.
You've done a fantastic job, Tildar. Honestly, and your channel, I can see your channel growing. What do you see in the future for your channel? Where do you think it will be in maybe 10 years from now?
10 years from now. I honestly,
I like to think
do
ahead.
a couple of B-level movies. I really do. We're working on a script right now, but it's just for 10 minutes, but it's going to be, everybody says, it's your adventures real there, Jimmy? And I always tell them, well, I'm not making this stuff up. Yeah, but I'm going to take everybody on one of them, and I'm very excited about it, but it keeps getting delayed and delayed. I was hoping it'd be out by June. It doesn't look like it'll be out till August or September, but it definitely some small time like that. At some point, I'd like to do an hour and a half for everybody, going on an adventure. But that's really the long-term goal for now. It could be better, could be worse, but that's kind of what I'm looking at.
Does your family like what you do?
Does who?
Your family, do they support what you do?
Yeah. My old man says, Sarah's much merchandise. This is amazing. I said, we'll get there at some point.
Well, you'll need to send me the link for your merchandise store and I'll add it to this video. So hopefully people will go in there, they'll click on it, they'll buy your stuff and you'll be able to fund future things in the future. I mean, that would be amazing. See a B movie, maybe you in like the mountains somewhere and make it look really... Great. Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, we're going to do the real thing. I'm taking everybody on one of my adventures. It's going to be the real thing.
Everything.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's big stuff. What comes out of it, I don't know. Hopefully it's not just me sitting and I have the rusty nail telling another story, but you never know. It could be that way.
Yeah. So, a question for you. What's the average lifespan of a goblin? Because I know the elves can live longer. I know they can live for a long time.
It's going about 60, 70 years, which is pretty good. Because a goblin's hit adulthood somewhere around 11, 12 years old. But everything is sped up, but also shorter. So, except for me, I'm quite tall. Mostly it's sped up. But like everything, medical science carried up another 20% added on to everybody's life. Just eat well, because they're feeding you garbage. But as long as you eat well, 60, 70 years, it's pretty good.
Do you have rules about alcohol and things that you've got to drink alcohol at maybe 18 and above or such rules like that? Do you have those type of rules as well?
I got to follow the rules of the land. I don't make them. Honestly, we make more money in here from high schoolers and young college kids, but unfortunately, the United States don't allow such things.
See, elves. I've always wondered this about elves because it's not just Lord of the Rings stuff. I've only watched the movies really. I've only read a couple of books and it was alright. I didn't really particularly like them much.
I've not watched them.
But I've read like other kind of books about elves and stuff like that. Is it true that elves are immortal? Do they live forever?
Yeah, this is the part that really surprises me. Humans when they get married, they marry for 7 to 10 years. I know they say it's forever, but that's not the real thing. But goblins don't get married. Elves and dwarves, both of them, get married forever. But a dwarf lives, I don't know, 80 years, pretty standard, which is fine. Elves, I can't stand them as friends. How could I stand them forever? But that's what happens. They do live forever. Let me tell you something else about elves. It's like evolution, right? It's true. It's true. We believe it's true. It's all a theory that the goblin came from the elf. But so did the human come from the monkey. And would you trust a monkey to drive your cars? Of course not. No, I wouldn't trust an elf with my shoelace. It kind of goes a lot like that. So it's just an evolution thing.
It's, I mean,
it must be an interesting life.
It is an interesting life, isn't it? I mean, there's all these strange creatures. I mean, what would you say was the most strangest creature you've ever encountered, Tildar?
Oh, yeah.
That's an easy one. One of my best mates is a fawn or a satyr, depending on where you come from. Strange fella. But he's such a good guy. We've been on many an adventure. He goes by the name of Jax. And he's got this friend of him that's a minotaur. He goes by the name of Goblin. But he's no different than the orc. Just don't look him in the eye. Give him what he wants. And he's a good guy. Other than that, I would say the minotaur is a little bit more strange than the orc. They're only 10 feet tall.
That's
So what can you give us a bit of advice to, if we really want to remain your friend, can you give us a bit of advice as what not to do ever?
Don't do a goblin accent. Druba and I are going to have an offline conversation about that one. Just kidding. Druba, do what you got to do. Pretty good, actually. No, this is nothing. Honestly, if I see you, let's have a point, and we're going to be the best of mates.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I think what you're doing, Tildar, is absolutely brilliant. Do you know what I would like to see, Tildar? I would like to see you doing a ghost investigation.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
I was invited to a couple. I could do that. Yeah. I did see them folks with their little their proton packs and all of that.
Yes.
So I don't know if you have those. I would take one. I would do a lot of things with that. I'm very curious about those things. But as far as Coast goes, I should find myself on a hunt one point or another. I definitely want to go to. I was invited personally to Ghostorama. I want to check it out. Yes.
Yeah. I think you should definitely do it, because I think you would make an excellent ghost hunter, because you'll have your knowledge of the strange creatures, because you've got the people in the cryptid world that talk about Bigfoot. Now that's actually a thing that I was going to ask you about. Squatch, Bigfoot, what can you tell us about them?
Oh, geez. This is the craziest thing. He actually supposedly lives in the area that I live now, but I just can't find him. I did go looking for him, but I never did find him. I'm pretty sure he's real. There's laws about him around here. That's a real thing. So I know he exists. I'm definitely going to go looking again. What else can I tell you? It's not that he doesn't like his. It's not that he's a fun. It's not that. What am I trying to say here? He's really fuzzy. It's not that we can't get a clear picture of him. It's that he's naturally a fuzzy guy.
What do you advise us to stay away from when we're in these woods? What do you advise we should just stay away from?
I would say the darker parts. There's a lot of unexplored area up here. It gets so thick that you can't even really go through the trees sometimes. I'm trying to think. Have I been anywhere that I would never go again? No. It's beautiful up here. I really can't answer that question the way you need me to. I'm sorry. I like it.
Peaceful.
What's that?
I'm glad it's peaceful where you are.
Yeah. I mean, there's that many strange creatures out there that we've heard about in our lives. You know, there's dangerous creatures. There's the red hatters that they're called. There's the red hatters are very interesting. If you ever encounter one of them, Tildar, you need to stay well away. I don't know if you've ever heard of the red hatters.
No,
You know,
no,
it's
haven't.
they are like, they wear a red hat and they'll encounter you always in a wooded. It's always, and it was a friend of ours that died actually that told us about it. And if you encounter them in the woods, they wear a red hat. That's how you can tell them. See if they ask you a question, do not engage them. Do not engage them. Just walk away, and they'll keep walking after you, and they'll keep trying to get you to engage. As soon as you engage with them, they'll kill you.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Just ignore them.
They'll kill you.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's, you know, there's some
I'll keep that one
strange.
in mind.
Yeah.
So out here we do have this Sasquatch. I have a question for you. Is there any rumor, any truth to the rumor of the Loch Ness monster? That's what you got out there. That's what I understand.
Ooh, the
Well,
Loch
there
Ness
is rumours
monster.
of it. Let's say that there is rumours
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, there's, as a Scottish person, I'll say yes, there's a monster, obviously for the tourism industry, but it's not just, the area is very haunted too. There's ley lines running through. There was Alistair Crowley's house right next to the loch. You know who Alistair Crowley? He was a big Satanist in the day. There's been ghost sightings. It's not just Loch Ness monster that's been seen there. There's been a lot of like strange creatures. Maybe you don't know. Maybe some that you've met.
Could be a portal
your
there
travel.
that it came through.
Yes.
I got a story for you. When I was little, I was driving. Have you ever heard of Pacheco Pass?
Yes.
Where, Sarah?
Yeah, I've been through there. I was driving. My mom, she was going through it, and the fog got so thick. This really happened. I was probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old. Little kid. But anyway, driving through, the fog got so thick, and the rest of us sleeping. Right, this must have been 2 or 3 in the morning. She don't slam on the brake, and said, "There's a little kid on a tricycle out here. I don't see him through the fog." So we're going out, right? Couldn't see. We looked and there was nothing. And then all of a sudden it freaked us all out, right? Well, there's no little kid out here. What are you talking about? She said, "I don't see him. A little kid, tricycle, right here on the highway. But you can't see nothing through the fog." So we go driving. We finally make it to our destination. And sure enough, look it up. There's been all kinds of sightings out there. I won't go near the damn place. No way. It's not happening. That really happened.
I've heard about that place. I have heard about that place.
Rabem.
I've Rabem there. Do you know, but what's that Rabem? Do you know where the magic mushrooms? Tildar. Have you used them, or do you have what can you tell us about them?
About which one? I missed it.
Magic mushrooms.
Mushrooms that take you to another world.
Pick them up on the west coast here. I live right on the coast. I just know the hippies go out there as often as they want and come back and have hippie parties. That's as much as I can tell you.
Yeah. We've actually, I was going to ask you a question. This question will lead into another kind of trailer that I need to play for Bald and Bonkers. It's a wee thing that they're doing. Have you ever seen a UFO, Tildar? Have you ever seen extraterrestrials?
I have not, but I looked at a map once for all the UFO sightings, and have you? It's kind of a how do I say this? It's a satire on what's really happening. Apparently, all these Americans are saying they see all these UFOs all of the time.
Yes.
And there's like 90% of all the sightings happened over the United States. I think that's kind of something's wrong there. That's all I'm saying. That's my only experience with the UFO, the unidentified flying objects. But no, I have not experienced any extraterrestrials in my life. And I know I had a more interesting answer than what you're hoping for. I'm sorry, that's as far as that goes.
No. I actually leads into this little quick trailer before the end of the show. So I'll play this trailer, then we'll do a wee bit talking for a minute or two, and then we'll play the last trailer for the end of the show. So this is for Bald Bonkers. We're actually doing it was Dakota's actually and me. We're doing a documentary into the UFO. Tildar, maybe you'd be interested in that kind of thing. Here, I'll play it for you
let's
now.
take a look. I'm
What do you think about that, Tildar?
Cool.
It's definitely interest grabbing. I want to see the rest of it.
Yeah.
We only have 5 minutes.
Yep,
Is it 5 minutes long? Let's play it.
No. That was the GoFundMe kind of thing for the documentary. But see if MD's interested in that. It's actually the owner of Bald Bonkers, Dakota. He makes trailers for people, and it's on the website for Bald Bonkers. See if MD's interested in this. He can put together a trailer just like that if you want it. If you want it UFO, if you want it ghosts, if you want it goblins,
I'm going to
if you
get
want
him to do
anything like
one
that,
for my
he
channel.
can do it for you because he's got movie industry experience and he's also got the games industry experience.
Yeah.
All in one.
I'm going to get him to do it.
Yeah. He did the trailer for this show and he's absolutely fantastic. And he's actually did the closing advertisement thing for tonight for me. And it's a new thing. Artificial intelligence has written it. So this should be quite interesting. So Tildar, I would like to say thank you so much for coming on the show. And hopefully we can get you back sometime. I would really like to get you back sometime. And just thank you again for everything you did. Could you please give your show a little shout out and where we can find all your content?
Yeah. Let's see. Just look us up on YouTube at Life of Hobblesquatch. That's a big one. Let's see. You can find us on Facebook, of course. And, those are just really our 2 big ones.
Yeah.
But honestly, I want to have you guys on my show at some point. It's sooner than later. So hopefully, what's that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. So I'm going to have that sooner than later. I'm going to shoot that out as soon as possible. I cannot thank you enough for having me. I'm not surprised because I'm a nice guy. Of course, you want me on your show, but I would definitely like to pay you back. So thanks again, Drew and Chris. And a little bit of Truba. It never gets old, that guy. Thank you.
You're welcome to come on my show as well. We'll get you on my show as well, and we'll have a chit chat and get you out there.
Do it. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. And we'll talk to you behind the scenes once the end of the show, guys. And I would like to thank everybody for coming tonight. Honestly, thank you to all my subscribers that subscribed to me. Thank you for the last video I did about the old lights. It's getting nearly 800 views on that. Thank you so much for that. So I'm going to close the show tonight with a new. This is artificial intelligence that's wrought this for us. It's amazing technology nowadays. It's absolutely blows your mind. Right, so catch you all later, dudes, and I'll talk to you behind the scenes.
Blessings, everybody.
Have a good one, everybody.
Thank you for joining us on this exciting adventure with Ghost Squad Scotland. Our team of experienced ghost hunters use the latest technology to explore the paranormal and uncover the truth about the unknown. Don't forget that we're affiliated with Spirit Shack, the UK's premier ghost hunting equipment store, so you can trust our equipment to be top-notch. Plus, we have exclusive Ghost Squad Scotland merch available on our Zazzle store, so you can show your support for the team in style. And if you can't get enough of our ghost hunting adventures, be sure to tune into the Bald and Bonkers TV network to catch our show in action. Content creators can even have their own content syndicated on the network.
or create their own custom online TV channel by visiting baldandbonkers.net. Thank you for your support. And remember to always keep an open mind as we continue to explore the mysteries of the paranormal with Ghost Squad Scotland.
Love it.